Hi, everyone. It is Megan here with you today. I'm joined today by Jen, Keith, and Kim from the cabinet, as well as a very special guest. As you all know, I have been stepping down from my role as Town mayor due to some health issues that I've been having to focus on my cancer care and spend more time with my family. We had posted the job posting for my replacement a few weeks ago and have interviewed a number of candidates. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who applied for the job. It was great seeing all of your job applications and submissions. So I want to thank you for that. And today we are here to introduce to you the successful candidate. The four of us are going to go through a quick game of 10 questions to see if you can guess who the new mayor will be. So please stay tuned for the grand reveal.
Sounds great. Thank you, Megan. And our first question, why did you want to become the Town mayor?
Hello. Yes, thank you for that question. So I came to Town about 6 years ago, early on in my treatment as a patient, and I was completely in a period of my life where I was very unmoored, and I felt like I was just kind of drifting through this experience that was unexpected. And when I came to Town, I felt like Town caught me when I was in a difficult situation. And after that, I leaned heavily on the community when I was in treatment. And then when I became NED, I started volunteering with the organization and had some really positive experiences there. Eventually, I moved into also working with the organization professionally and have been doing that for a while. And but something that I've always come back to in all of the organizational and professional work that I've done with Paltown is that I'm really driven by supporting the patients and the caregivers in our Town community. And I would really just find it an honor and a privilege to be able to help support people during this season of their lives, and going through the experience of being a caregiver or a patient experiencing colorectal cancer. I'm driven by creating systems to help people, but also at the end of the day, I think the human side of things and empathy and care are really important and core values to me.
Excellent. Thank you.
One. So I have the second question. What is your timeline for stepping into the role, and what is going to happen during that transition period?
Excellent. Thank you for that question. So the timeline is that I'm officially mayor as of right now, but I will not be doing that work full time until Paltown hires a and trains a replacement for me. I currently serve as the director of operations and finance for Paltown, and so we will be circulating that job posting soon. So you can be on the lookout for a job description there. And then once we have hired and trained somebody, then I will be fully transitioned to being our full-time mayor of Town. And during that transition, the cabinet is going to really take the lead. And I'll be meeting with Megan and doing some of that transitional work. So there will be steps taken in the meantime. And I'm obviously here if people want to reach out to me. But it will take a period of weeks, especially with holidays and things upcoming, for that to be fully realized.
I am up with question number 3, and it's a big one. What's your first priority as mayor?
Excellent question, Kim. Thank you. So something that I feel really passionate about is that the patients and the caregivers should be my number one priority. So I want to take time during this transition period that we just talked about to personally speak with members and community leaders and volunteers, and really to just listen to what your needs are, what your challenges are as patients and caregivers, what barriers you're experiencing, so that I can better serve all of you and the general membership in Town. So I will be reaching out to various people I'm going to be kind of strategic and organized in how I do that. But if you are anxious to meet with me or speak with me sooner than later, then I would absolutely invite you to send me a direct message through the platform. And I'd be happy to set up a time to chat on the phone or on Zoom, and to otherwise, look for invitations incoming from me so that I can start listening. I'm very good at solving problems and creating systems to help people with the things they're struggling with. But I think that in order to do that effectively, first I need to listen and learn from all of you all.
I love that answer. Thank you. Let's see. I'm question number 4. So what originally brought you to Colintown?
So originally I came to Colintown because I was in other groups. I live in a really rural area, and there are not a lot of resources where I live. So I was online a lot, and in some of the virtual spaces that I was accessing, I was asking for, practical information. I didn't understand the disease. It's embarrassing to say, but I'm not sure I totally knew what a colon was until I had colon cancer. So I needed very specific help. I needed some education. I needed more than just thoughts and prayers. And when I pushed back against getting, a steady stream of thoughts and prayers in other groups, somebody had mentioned to me that maybe what you're looking for is something more like this group. And they shared a link with me to Colintown. And it was a life-changing experience to be able to show up in this community and instantly be greeted with exactly the things I was looking for. For instance, within the first few days of joining Colintown, I was notified by my oncology team that the appointment I was going to have 3 weeks in the future had been moved up to today. And I was reeling with, I don't know what kind of questions to ask an oncologist. I've never met one before. I don't even know what their specialty is or what they do. And I went to Colintown and I asked this question, and they pointed me in the direction of Colintown 101, where there was a list of dozens of questions to ask your oncologist. And I walked in with a clipboard and a printout, and he must have thought I was the most intelligent, CRC patient to have ever been born. But it really set me off on the right track and the right path. And that was just the first of what has become really hundreds of experiences. So that's what brought me here. And that was the hook. And I've stayed for a lot of reasons.
Excellent. Thank you. What would surprise people to learn about you?
I am kind of a wacky person, Keith. So I feel like there are there may be fewer things that wouldn't surprise you. I live in the middle of nowhere. I have no neighbors, or as we like to call it, our neighbors are the wildlife. Like, we have a bear who's not a very good neighbor and gets into our trash. I have a lot of animals because I live on several acres surrounded by national forest. We have several dogs. We have a large Great Pyrenees that keeps track of our chickens. And often, if you ever meet with me on a Zoom call, you might hear our rooster named Hey Hey in the background, who likes to participate in all of my work meetings. So I also homeschool. We have 6 children. A couple of them are grown adults at this point, but we still have a house full of boys at home. So I live out in the middle of nowhere. I've got a lot of noisy little people and animals around. Both my husband and I work from home, and we often travel as well. So lots of little things that are strange about me and my family culture, but we love living our wild, wonderful life.
That's awesome. Thank you. If you could instantly learn a new skill, what would it be?
Oh, that is an easy one to answer. I would really love to be more confident with foreign language than I am right now. It's something I'm always working towards, but it is definitely challenging for me. And I'm very entry level on only a few languages. So that's my wish, if I could become a superhero by, I don't know, if my cancer had mutated me in a positive way. I would have loved to woken up from my surgery speaking many languages and be able to communicate with people in their native tongue and read literature and listen to their poetry and things like that in the language that that is beautiful and unique.
Always surprising with you. Next question. Pineapple on your pizza, yes or no?
Okay, I have pretty strong feelings about this, and you are still important to me if you disagree, but I'm not sure we'll be sharing pizza. But I definitely believe that pineapple belongs on pizza. And here's my life hack for those who love pineapple on pizza. When we make pizza at home, we use like crushed pineapple, or we'll put it in the food processor for just a quick minute, because then you can have it in every bite and it's just a delight. So I love pineapple on pizza.
Thanks. That's a great answer. I like pineapple, but I don't like it on my pizza. But question for you, early bird or night owl?
I am definitely a night owl. I I'm happy to have married somebody who's an early bird so that we can go both ways in terms of responsibilities. So, but if I can, I schedule things later in the day so that I can be more awake and more on my game.
Big question. Beverage of choice, coffee, tea, or something stronger?
Um, I am actively drinking tea right now. I'm nursing a little bit of a head cold, so but even when I'm not, tea is my preferred beverage of choice.
Okay, so this is our last question for you. So after you answer this question, please feel free to turn on your camera for the grand reveal. And the last question we have for you this morning is, do you play any instruments?
I do play an instrument, Megan. I actually play quite a few instruments. I play the piano, I play the violin, but primarily I play the concert bass, which is a really large instrument. It's taller than me, and it's something I often do in my community. And it's something I love. And right now I'm performing the Nutcracker, and often do a lot of work with pit orchestras. It's my favorite thing because you can misbehave in a pit and nobody knows. So I love music and I love performing. So I like to squeeze that in into my life wherever I can. And I'll come off camera now so you guys can see me. Hello.
Hello, this is so exciting. So thank you everyone who has stuck around to watch this video to learn more about our new mayor. And if you don't know her by looking at her, her name is Tiffany Freeman. She is currently the Powelltown Director of Operations and Finance. She's the host of our monthly book club in Book Nook. So she's also been a longtime volunteer with Colintown and has been a patient member since some of the early days of the organization. So I am extraordinarily excited to welcome Tiffany to the team, and I'm excited to see what she does with this position.
Thank you. Thanks, Megan. I'm excited to be here too and just really meeting people where they are. I know that nobody wants to be here and it's a hard thing to go through. But I hope that we can make that experience, for better and for worse, a little bit easier to navigate.